Hello, Black Butler vlog. So I hadn't really planned on doing another Black Butler reading vlog because I didn't think anyone was particularly interested in it, but when I was doing a live show recently, people were asking for it. So here it is. So since the last one, I have read a few more arcs. I have read Black Butler arc. I read that before I started the last vlog. And in the last vlog, I read Red Butler arc, Indian Butler arc, and the Circus arc. In between that vlog and this one, I've read Phantomhive Manor Murders arc and Luxury Liner arc. For this one, I'm going to be reading Public School arc, Emerald Witch arc, and hopefully the Blue Cult arc. It depends on how quickly the library gets me all of these books. But I will say with the Phantomhive Manor Murders arc and the Luxury Liner arc, I have already watched the anime for those, so like I knew what was happening. But Public School arc and everything after that are arcs that I have no knowledge of. I don't know what's going to happen because there haven't been any anime for it yet. So super excited to get some storylines that like I'm not already aware of.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test.
So we have the School Days arc, which is volumes 14, 15, volumes 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now, I'm technically partway through volume 18, so I've stopped after the Public School arc because this then begins the Emerald Witch arc. I'm stopping so I can like separate and organize myself. So a new storyline that I'm not already previously aware of. I'm so excited. And I will say I was like a little bit nervous that like maybe I wouldn't like it. I don't know why, I was nervous. This was fantastic. This was so good. This was super interesting. Basically, the Queen has asked CL to investigate some missing students at this very prestigious school. So he goes undercover and then Sebastian disguises himself as a tutor, which is hilarious. CL gets Prince Soma to help as well, which was awesome to see him again, and Edward actually attends the school as well, and Edward is Elizabeth's brother, so CL's cousin. But it was really interesting, and it was cool not to know where the story was going. We had like a lot of things happening in here, and a lot of like mysteries that like I did not expect. So when I got to volume 17 and 18, I was like, what? I did not expect it to go in the route that it went at all. That was so cool. But the first one is like CL getting into the school. So in this school there are 4 houses. They're really cool and it's very much split in like personalities. So there's the Red House, the Scarlet Foxes, the Blue Owls or Sapphire Owls, the Green Lions, and Violet Wolves. The Red House is like, they're like the poet mages. In a way, like, oh, it's really difficult to see. They're the beautiful ones, basically. The green house is the sporty house. The blue house is the academic house. And the purple house is the outcast. I would like to think I would be a part of the purple house, but I don't know if I'm cool enough for the purple house. And then we have like 4 prefects, so like leaders of the house, and CL wants to kind of get in close with them because they will know what happened to all of these kids, and if not, then those prefects are close with the headmaster, and so like he can get in there to try and figure out what is happening. And these prefects have almost like servants, like lower classmen that are they're like servants. They use a word for it in here. Like, I understand that they're not using it in a derogatory way, but that word has been used as a slur for queer people in the past. I know it's not that at all, but I'm not going to say the word. CL established himself as this kid that can do a lot of things. So then he was kind of appointed not the prefect's servant, but the prefect's servant's servant. Yeah, CL is in the blue house because he's smart. In the next volume, CL is like, once again, he keeps trying to like get an in with the prefects and then the headmaster to figure out what's going on. He starts kind of trying to ask some questions of like where these people are. He kind of keeps getting the same message of the headmaster made the decision, you know, and we don't question that. This arc, this school, is very cult-like because it's like, what the headmaster says goes, and tradition is tradition, and you gotta abide by a tradition, and all these things, and it was interesting. Prince Soma comes, and he comes in on an elephant, but having Prince Soma around was really cute because he was like, CL, my friend, I'm here to help you make more friends, and I was like... I love their friendship. It's so cute. This is when we get a bit of information on this cricket tournament that the school hosts between all the four houses. At the end of the tournament, one person will get an invitation to the midnight tea party, which is usually just for the prefects and their servants and the headmaster. So CL's like, gotta make an impression at this thing so that I can then get to the tea party. And okay, so there was this moment that was very much inspired by a certain tournament in a fantasy series. You know what I'm saying? So it just reminded me of it, you know. It's a big cup of fire. But it was super cool to see all of these houses coming through. So they have this big like procession of like, this is the green house and they're all like their sporty selves. And then the red house being all fancy, purple house being all spooky, and then the blue house being very academic. But anyways, so we get like the beginning of this cricket tournament, and CL's house, the blue house, they've lost forever. Except this one time. It's called the Miracle of the Sapphires or something. And we actually get a flashback in here that I wasn't expecting because CL's uncle, so like Elizabeth and Edward's dad, he used to go to this school and he was in the greenhouse. He was there at the time where the blue house actually won the cricket tournament. In the flashback, we're getting a rivalry between the greenhouse and the blue house. And who is the prefect of the blue house in this flashback? That's right. That's CL's dad. I did not expect CL's dad to be in this. That was like, that threw me. And I was like, oh my god. Loved like having a moment where like CL can be close to his dad in this way. And then we get to like the start of the cricket tournament. And like Prince Soma is like the best at cricket, and it's so much fun because he's like and then the really cool thing about these cricket matches is that the blue house, who has lost every year because they're not sporty, CL's trying to like rally them, and he's like, we are the house of strategy and intellect, why not use that to win this game? You know, we don't have the athletic ability that the greenhouse does, but we have our intelligence, so let's use it. So yeah, they use all these strategies to try and like get points and win the game, and it's so cool of just how they've done things, and it's lovely. Again, like, yeah, we're still going with the tournament in the next one. The blue house does win. They win against the greenhouse, so it's the second coming of the Miracle of the Sapphires. And it was just, it's a cute little moment that like Vincent did it and now CL did it, and it's just very cute, even though CL is doing this for reasons. It is the beginning of the midnight tea party. I did not expect this to do what it did. When it happened, I was like, what the hell? CL is still looking for all of these kids that have gone missing, and so at the midnight tea party he asks the headmaster. The prefects kind of answer a little bit for him, and then one of the missing boys comes out and he's like, hey, I smell some good tea, what's up, type thing. Turns out this guy is a zombie. I was like, zombies again? Was not expecting that. I really thought the zombie thing was like done and dusted with the luxury liner arc, but now it's back. Interesting. Did not expect it at all. Then we find out who the headmaster was, because it's been all shrouded in a mystery, and turns out it was Undertaker. So Undertaker is still like running experiments, but he's made some progress. Like they can speak now, you know, and kind of sound like themselves. The way he was doing it was like, instead of putting in his memories after the cinematic record stopped, he put in the like hopes and dreams for the future that person had. And through that, they were able to like speak. And then CL being CL, he's like, okay, I don't care about this school anymore or any of the friends that he made. And I was like, his poor little friends. And then he goes and reports to the Queen. And then the Queen being the Queen, I knew this would happen. She was like, oh, these unstoppable zombies. Wouldn't it be nice if they were our allies? And I was like, I knew it. Of course a Queen would do that. But yeah, so I'm halfway through that. So I'll start the Emerald Witch arc very, very soon. That was just such an interesting arc. I loved all of the school stuff. So interesting. The cricket stuff was really fun too. And just like the zombie things again, was not expecting. Super interesting. First arc down.
If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
You were very, very precariously balanced on a stack of books that could honestly fall over at any minute. So fingers crossed it stays. So I have finished the Emerald Witch arc, volume 19, 20, 21, and 22. First of all, I just love that all of the servants are on these. Like, I love these people so much. This was an interesting arc because I really expected it to be mystical. I expected there to be werewolves. I expected there to be a witch and like magic and fantastical things, and there was none of that. And I think that's a really interesting thing that Black Butler does a lot. It'll hint at something like mystical, but then it turns out to be something much more realistic. And I have to keep in mind that like, even though in this manga series there are demons and grim reapers, that doesn't mean there's like everyday magical things, you know? So it was really interesting that the werewolves turned out to be a type of like protective gear and like gas masks. The magic of the witch turned out to be a genius constructing a new chemical weapon. Super interesting. So it's basically Germany making a chemical weapon, and they disguised it as this kind of fairy tale thing for this young girl because she is the one that is actually making this chemical without realizing it, because she's a super genius, and to get her to complete this amazing chemical thing, they're like, we'll make this like a fairy tale for her. So she's the witch protecting all of her people against these wolves, and to do that she must create the perfect spell and then they'll all be saved. That's basically what she is thinking is going on. And it was really interesting the way her life was like depicted, and just the level of deception that went on. Heartbreaking, honestly. Her butler, Wren, love him because he actually cares for her, and he like gave up his military just to save her, and like he loves her. They love each other, they're their own little family, and they'll protect each other and be with each other, and it's adorable, and it's so cute. I just want these two people to like have a happy life. And I don't know if they're gonna get that, but I really want them to. And she was a very interesting character, but weirdly sexual for like an 11-year-old. Like, she kept like propositioning CL, and I'm like, you are 11. So disturbing. Like, so disturbing. And I super love that like we got all of the servants in this. So all of the servants came to Germany. We got a lot of Finny's backstory. Super interesting. We also got to see just the servants being their badass selves, because like they have this whole plan formulated of how they're going to escape this village military thing. And you know, they're all doing their part. They're all being badasses. Oh my god, Tanaka had like this katana, and he was able to cut a bullet that was coming towards him. What? That was amazing. So good. And like Bardro, he was just like shooting a bunch of people and like being his soldier self. It was great. And Wren, her sniper abilities, amazing. Love her. And then Finny is there just like breaking through the forest. He's like a decoy. He's just like full pelt running to safety. And it was just, they work so well together. I love these three. They're amazing. Snake was also there. I love Snake. And Tanaka. Love Tanaka. Love all the servants. They're amazing. But there was also a little like filler chapter, and it was just CL like buying things for the servants, and I was just having so many emotions because he bought Wren new glasses because her glasses were very much like the wrong prescription, and then he bought Finny a new hat. He was like, well, I can't just buy these two things, I need to buy everyone else some things as well. So he buys Snake a bag because then Snake can carry all of his snakes with him. And then like Bard didn't want anything, but then CL was like, here is some candy cigarettes there, you know, and he's like, you're my chef, you know, you can't lose your like sense of taste. And then Bard's like, I am your chef, and it was so cute. Oh, I love it so much. And then we got a lot of like little snippets of the German branch of the Grim Reapers, and like that was interesting. And in this one especially, you really got to see the backstory for the Grim Reapers, which I already knew. That had kind of been spoiled for me, but that's fine. A Grim Reaper is a human that committed suicide, and then kind of like their punishment for that is to become a Grim Reaper. For us who have taken our own lives, to have to bear witness to their earthly regrets and lust for life day in and day out is a depressing state of affairs indeed. Like, that was a super interesting concept, but I loved that one of the Grim Reapers, they were like, I'm having a great time, I love this, I love my job, and it's just cool. And like, you do kind of see that with a lot of the Grim Reapers, they do love their jobs. And yeah, it definitely makes me interested to know like some of the Grim Reapers that we already know. I'm like, okay, thinking of backstories here, like how did some of you become Grim Reapers? There's also something happening with Undertaker, because I don't know if I'm reading too much into this, but he's giving me lost love vibes. And that lost love, Vincent Phantomhive? Maybe? I don't know, is just the way he keeps talking about Vincent is interesting. He shed some tears over a picture of Vincent, so I'm intrigued about what is happening there. Super interesting. Also, my queen was back. I love Grell with my heart and soul and everything that I am, and she was back and I literally squealed. I had to put the book down and just like, I had to have a moment because she was back. She was back for a super short time, but she was back and I loved her. And she was so like, I'm the only lady in the retrieval division of the British branch. You can see why I see her as a trans woman, right? She calls herself a lady. And then in the back of this one, we got a bonus chapter because of the character popularity poll. And in it, she was like, ooh, maybe I could be like a lusty woman. Yeah, she wants to be a woman. So I'm like, come on, she's a trans woman. But let's see, this one, oh, this was super interesting because CL was not acting like himself and he was very vulnerable and was clinging to Finny because Finny is young, not an adult. That was so interesting. Number 20. So 20, we still have CL not being himself. Oh my god, and then Sebastian was gonna eat him. So good, so good. Oh, super interesting, like inside CL's trauma. And we got Madame Red again. Oh, I love Madame Red. So yeah, there was a lot of trauma in this and I love trauma. 21. Yeah, it's just a bunch of the escaping the forest. Oh yeah, Bard being awesome and fighting real good. CL in a dress again. Oh my god, Finny getting his name. Oh. Yeah, Finny just being the best, Mayrin being the best, Tanaka being a badass. Flashbacks to Vincent. 22. I mean, this was a lot of Grow. Yeah, the Grim Reaper things was interesting. Getting Sullivan to act like a lady so she can be presented to the Queen was interesting. A 5-star arc. Lovely. But unfortunately, this is going to be the end of this Black Butler vlog because the library sucks, basically. I wanted to get the Blue Cult arc in as well. I actually have 3 of the volumes right here. Okay, so I have 23, 24, I don't have 25, and then 26. And I don't know when 25 is going to come in, and I'm leaving for New Zealand in a week. So I'm going to stop this vlog here. It has been a great time. I have loved being with these characters again and having new material that I'm not familiar with. Love that. It's been so great. Oh, I just want more Grell. I always want more Grell. Let me know if you want me to do more Black Butler vlogs, because like I can do that, that's fine. Hopefully when I'm a little less stressed. I'm sorry that this vlog potentially wasn't actually very interesting, but I'm stressed. I'm leaving for New Zealand in a week. I have so many videos to edit and schedule. I have so many books left to read, and I have to pack. And there is so many family events happening this week, like I am stressed. So I'm sorry if it wasn't particularly interesting, but I had a good time reading these. So thank you very much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Channeling Grell there if you didn't know.